So in today's episode of BeamNG.drive, we're going to be testing out how much weight you can actually put in the bed of a stock/average truck before it totally gives up on you. We're going to be doing it right here on this 30% grade hill. Make sure you stay tuned because at the end of the video, after we get the max amount of reached weight, we're actually going to be seeing how the truck handles. By the way, this is a more slower paced informational video, so if that's not your thing, I'm sorry. But if you want to actually go ahead and take a look at my channel, I have quite a bit other interesting stuff that I do in BeamNG. So hopefully you can find something random that fits your taste or need. Anyway, enough yapping, let's get started. Now for good representation of what would happen in real life, I went with one of the base model trucks with the smaller V8, which is actually a 4.5 V8, which is on the smaller V8 side, but still the average truck, and it is a single cab short bed. So I feel like that's pretty fair. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, if it's fair or not. But as you can see here, we are weighing 2,032 kilograms, which is equal to 4,480 pounds. And this will just give us a good idea of exactly how much weight we are putting in the bed each time we change. So for starters, we're going to be throwing a wooden box in the bed of the truck, and we are actually able to adjust it if you didn't know. And we're going to go 200 kilograms at a time. Apply, and we're going to see how much it weighs. Okay, so we have added roughly 350 pounds, something like that. I think we was at 4480, now we're at 4921. Anyway, enough about the numbers. Let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to be turning off the traction control and giving it full throttle. Yeah, there's that wheel spin I'm looking for. 30% grade. Does it with ease. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and take this up to 400 kilograms, apply, and we'll get our visual number change here. We are now at roughly 5,360 pounds. We've gained another, 400 pounds or so? Something like that, 390, I don't know. Don't rip me too hard in the comments. I'm not trying to do math in my head right now. Let's get this one going. Full throttle. And we lost a little bit of wheel spin now that we have the extra weight added. However, it is making it with ease. Alright, not much difference there. Let's take it up to 600 kilograms. Apply. We'll go ahead and get our visual weight difference. So we are now roughly weighing 5,800 pounds. Let's see if we can actually feel the significant difference in the weight change. So as you can see, we're actually starting to sag in the bed of the truck now. Let's go. Zero wheel spin, might I add. So you definitely know that you're starting to get weight when you got more grip. But again, making it with ease. Perfect. Let's shoot this up to 800 kilograms. Apply. Get our visual. So we are now resting around 6,240 pounds. So as you can tell, the bed is actually weighed down even more. Not quite any tire deformation yet. Full throttle. And zero tire spin. Okay, it is starting to lug a little bit more than usual, but still able to keep it around 4,000 RPM. Pretty good. Mind you, we are still running this stock 4.5 V8 given in the game. Go ahead and bump this all the way up to 1,000. Apply. And we'll get our visual weight difference. We are now resting right around 6,685 pounds. So now you can finally see just a little bit of tire deformation. There's a little bit of a flat spot at the bottom, along with the bed sag. And we have all the grip in the world now. We are finally starting to make it right below that 4,000 RPM range, however still making it up the hill effortlessly. Sorry if I failed to mention this early, but we are only in rear-wheel drive. There is no four-wheel drive setup. So now we're going to have to install something a good bit bigger because we have reached the threshold to where the box will not grow anymore. So as you can see here, we actually had to grab a metal block, so that way we can get even more weight. So we're still going to increment it up by 200 kilograms at a time, setting it now to 1,200 kilograms in the bed of the truck. Apply. Don't worry, I have actually attached some beams to the bed, so it should not fall out. We are now weighing right around 7,125 pounds. Alright, getting a little bit more tire deformation along with the bed sag. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, she's quite luggy off the line now. But, I'm assuming still makes up just fine. Indeed. But now we are right around the 3,500 RPM range. So much for the J-beams not letting that slide around. I've installed two more, so hopefully it is fine. You can really see the weight now, because when I get sideways with it, the tires actually flex quite a bit. We're now going to be increasing it to 1,400 kilograms. Hit apply, and let's get our visual weight difference. We are now currently weighing 7,560 pounds, roughly. Alright, now the whole truck is starting to bounce a lot more, I'm noticing as I drive around. Let's get on with it. Definitely doesn't like taking off anymore. Alright. Again, doing it with pretty good amount of ease. I just figured I'd show you guys this real quick. As I'm driving around to reset over here, the truck is actually swaying quite a bit with all that weight in the bed. It's actually almost to the point where it is starting to deform the bed. Alright, let's kick this puppy up to 1,600. Apply. Getting our visuals. And we now weigh 8,005 pounds. We're getting pretty up there, because if you remember, we was right at like 4,480 or something like that. So we've roughly doubled our number in weight, just in the bed. And go. Again, I am full throttling. I have not changed anything about that, or the traction control. I think it's actually starting to bottom out the frame of the truck now. And we have finally made it over without a problem again. Although we are riding right around 3,000 RPM now. That's a lot of weight in the bed. Look at that sag. Pretty interesting if you ask me. We almost look like we are squatted. Alright, let's go to 1,800 kilograms. Apply. 8,445 pounds. Beautiful. I'm actually trying to be really easy with the braking and stopping. That way we do not destroy the truck. So as you can see, the front end is actually now getting affected majorly by the amount of weight in the bed. It kind of looks like we're stanced, but we really are not. Yeah, and takeoff is getting quite a bit slower. Wow, the actual bed is starting to shift. Oh, finally starting to lug down some more, but still making it with ease. Let's bump this bad boy up to 2,000 kilograms. Apply. We are getting super heavy now. Wow, we are almost 9,000 pounds. Sitting currently at 8,885. Yeah, we are getting affected really bad now. Let's go ahead and take off. And as you can hear, there's quite a bit of bouncing around going on. Again, probably because it's slamming on the frame of the truck. Now we're starting to see some difference. Almost slowed down enough to stop it. It's almost getting hard to reset now because as I go down the hill, the truck just wants to slide sideways. By the way, if you guys made it this far in the video, if you don't mind, drop a comment down below saying the word box. Okay, let's go ahead and shoot this up to 2,200 kilograms. Apply. Loud noises. Let's grab our visual and the weight difference. As it sets, we currently weigh 9,324 pounds. I really don't know how much more this thing's going to handle. Let's go ahead and take off. And surprisingly, the box has not slid around too much. Starting to really bounce around now. Oh, there we go. Starting to get some delay there. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about when I go to reset. When I'm coming down the side of the hill, it just wants to slide. So I'm trying my best to limit the braking. Surprisingly, I actually haven't had to reset the truck with the respawn button since we got the steel box. So that should just give you an idea about how durable a stock vehicle can be. Let's go ahead and take the box up to 2,400 kilograms. And again, sorry if this is painstakingly slow for you guys, but this is more of an informational style video. Apply. Sounds like we're going to be making those loud noises now every time when we change. Let's get our visual difference. Now sitting at 9,765 pounds. I'm not even going to lie, I don't know how the tires have not popped yet. Alright, and go. We are actually starting to get a delay now when I go to full throttle in. Here we go. Starting to finally knock it back. However, it is able to make it. Alright, 2,600 kilograms. Apply. Let's get our visual weight difference. We are now in the 10,000 pound category, coming in at 10,200 pounds. Mind you, that is roughly 1.5 times the actual vehicle's weight already. And let's go. Okay, This is where the changes are starting to come out. We are barely able to make it still, but it is really starting to struggle. It did succeed, however, turning it up to 2,800 kilograms. Apply. By the way, if you were wondering, it does go all the way up to 10,000 kilograms, which there's no way this thing's going to be pulling that. I meant to say hauling, not pulling. So we now weigh 10,645 pounds. And as you can see, we are now starting to sag out the entire truck to where the tires are almost in the ground. Alright, let's get going. Again, very luggy. I'm actually surprised it has made it this long. And here we go. Making it to the top. Very slowly, but doing it. Going to 3,000 kilograms. Apply. We are now weighing in at roughly 11,080 pounds. And let's go. Not bouncing around as bad as the last one. Oh, I misspoke. Too soon. Starting to get some more tire deformation up the hill. And can we make it? Come on. You can do it, little buddy. Come on. Okay, it made it. Beautiful. It's starting to really get hard to try to reset this truck without destroying it. Alright, 3,200 kilograms. Apply. And we now roughly weigh 11,525 pounds. If you actually take a look now, you can start to see the wheels actually starting to give way and almost look like they're cambered in the rear. Let's go. Bouncing around pretty hard, but still able to make it. And it looks like we are going to start struggling pretty bad at the top now. Come on. It's just barely making it, but it is able to. Man, that tire is getting low. Alright. Good pass, good pass. Surprisingly, the transmission has not gave out yet. Granted, this is a automatic, so we don't have a clutch to worry about slipping. Although, we could have internal clutch slippage with the clutch packs. If you don't know, on the inside of an automatic transmission, there are actually clutch discs that engage maybe sets of 10 or sets of 30, I don't know. But technically, they could burn up. Alright, 3,400 kilograms. Apply. Man, that's so much weight now. Coming in at around 11,960 pounds. Yeah, the back tire is not looking too good. Let's go. Yeah, you can actually see the camber in the rear now. The rims are actually almost touching the ground. Here's the struggle bus coming, and we are starting to actually lug down right around the halfway mark. Don't know if it's actually going to make it. Okay. Barely. Didn't think it actually was going to. We are now up to 3,600 kilograms. Apply. Let's get our visual weight difference. By the way, it takes so long now for the weight to actually settle. We are now coming in right around 12,400 pounds. I'll be honest, I don't know how this truck's doing this. I don't know what the weight rating is for the bed of the truck, but this is like pulling weight rating, and we have it in the bed. That's surprising. Does not want to take off, barely at all now. Come on. Alright, now it's actually starting to lug about a quarter of the way up. And we might not make this one. Oh god. I have a feeling the either we're going to have some slippage in the transmission or it's going to overheat. Oh, it's just inching its way forward. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Can it do it? Come on. Well, it's going to take roughly another 200 kilograms to do this. And I have a feeling it's going to fail on the next one. Look at that tire deformation. That's crazy. Alright, sending it right up to 3,800 kilograms. Apply. Okay, we now roughly weigh 12,840 pounds. So basically we have double the amount of weight in the bed of the truck as what the truck actually weighs. Here we go. Oh my god, that tire is super not happy. But it's doing it without popping. This might be the showstopper. Here we go. Can it make it? Oh, come on. Come on, you got this, buddy. You got this, little buddy. Come on. Oh, this might actually stop it. Yep. I do believe so. Well, it looks like we've got our answer. Because we are now starting to actually stop right where we're at, and I can see it inching backwards. Alright, there's our answer. So, the answer to the question, to how much weight can you haul in a stock/average truck, is roughly 8,250 pounds, or 3,740 kilograms. I can't get them to set right, so that's just a rough estimate, but you guys get the idea. So as I said earlier in the video, we're actually going to be testing what it is like to handle with that amount of weight in the bed of the truck, now that we know that's the max amount you can go up a 30% grade hill. I think we can actually probably do wheelies with it. Well, kind of. Except for when it's actually right at the front of the bed. And as you can see, it is swaying pretty badly. The suspension and the tires aren't very happy. Oh god. The amount of weight shift should not be happening. Let's see what happens when you hit this jump here. Ooh, yikes. Okay, well, not too good. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you drop a like. Go ahead and look at my channel, see what I have to offer, because there's a lot more interesting stuff I have going on than just this. And remember, if you guys do so choose to subscribe, make sure you hit the bell notification, that way you don't miss any of my daily uploads. I will see you guys in the next video, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Let's actually hit the block. Let's see how sturdy it is. Ooh, yeah, wouldn't want to be in that truck.